Hi, grade twos. It's Mrs. McLeod. Today I'm going to be showing you a slideshow on our new math unit on fractions. So you all did a great job on our last unit on division, and now we're going to move on this week. So I'm going to show you this slideshow to help prepare you for the work that you will be doing today on the activities that are on our blog. So here we go. What is a fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole, like a piece of a whole pizza or a whole pie. So here is our pizza, here is our pie, and as you can see, the pizza and the pie are split up into different pieces, and that is part of the fraction. A fraction is also part of a set, like a dozen cupcakes. Does anyone know how much a dozen is? If you guessed 12, you were right. So you can also do a fraction as part of a whole, where there's a whole set of something, but you can split them up into equal parts to make a fraction. To have a fraction, you must have equal parts. Sort of sounds like division, doesn't it? So this is a picture of not equal parts. This wouldn't be very fair if you were splitting a chocolate bar with 5 people. This person would be very lucky because they would get the biggest part of the chocolate bar, but this person, not so much. So that doesn't really look equal. This is a better example of equal parts where all 5 people get the same amount. So what does a fraction look like? Well, this is an example of a fraction. This is 1/4. And in all fractions, you have a top number with a line in the middle and a bottom number. The top number is called a numerator, and the bottom part is called a denominator. In the next couple slides, you're going to figure out what's important about a numerator and what's important about the denominator. How do we read fractions? Well, this is 1/2. So that's something split into 2, on one for one person and one for the other. This is 1/3, 1/4, 1/6, 1/8, and 1/10. So if we look at this page, we notice something. We notice that the top number on all of these fractions are the same. So that's the numerator. But the bottom number, the denominator, are all different numbers. And I wonder what that means. So we're going to find out. Parts of a set. So for an example, we made 6 cookies. 1 is peanut butter and 5 are chocolate chip. That's my favorite kind of cookie. How would you write the number of peanut butter cookies as a fraction? Okay, so do you remember how many peanut butter cookies there are? There's just 1 peanut butter cookie. So here's a picture of all the cookies that we've baked. The number of peanut butter cookies goes at the top. So that's the peanut butter cookie is the numerator. And the total number of cookies goes at the bottom, which is our denominator. So let's do an example here. What fraction of the triangles are red? Well, there are 2 triangles, but there's only 1 red. So where do you think the number 1 would go? Do you think the number 1 would be in the numerator spot or in the denominator spot? If you guessed numerator, you are right. So the numerator is how many of that object you are talking about. So what we're talking about here is the red triangles. The denominator is how many you have all together. So how many triangles do we have? Well, we have 2. So the total number of triangles is 2. So your denominator is always the number that is the whole of all of the objects that you see, okay? So what fraction of the boxes are orange? So we're talking about the numerator now. So that's the top number here. There's one orange box. And do you remember what the bottom part's called? The denominator. And that is the total number of boxes. And how many boxes are there altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this fraction is 1/4. What fraction of the stars are yellow? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where does that number 4 go? Does it go in the numerator spot or the denominator spot? If you picked the numerator, you're right. There's 4 yellow stars. And at the bottom, that's the denominator. And remember, the bottom is how many of those objects are all together? Well, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this fraction would be called 4/10. Okay, 4/10. So an example, I ordered one whole pizza. It was cut into 8 slices. I ate 2 slices. I was hungry. What fraction of the whole pizza did I eat? Okay, so we've got 2 numbers here. We have the number 8 and we have the number 2. So we have to figure out where these numbers go in a fraction. So let's think about what we just learned in the previous slides. How many pieces of pizza are there all together? You're right, there's 8 all together. There's 8 slices all together. So where should the 8 go? In the numerator spot or the denominator spot? You're right, in the denominator spot. And how many did you eat? Or how many did Mrs. McLeod eat? I ate 2 pieces. So that's going to be in my numerator spot. So the total number of slices I ate was 2. The total number of pizza slices is 8. So this fraction would be called 2/8. What is a fraction of the colored part of each picture below? Let's take a look. What do we think this is? There's 3 parts and only 1 is colored. So did you say it's 1/3? You're right, it's 1/3. What about this one? I'll give you a second to think in your head. All right, I think it's 1/8. Let's see if we got it right. 1/8 is right. Look at this piece, kind of looks like a Pokemon ball. Well, there's 2 parts to it. I don't think I would say 1/2. I don't think that sounds right. What do you think this would be called? A half, that's right. This fraction is called a half. 1/2. What about this one? If you said 1/6, you are correct. And our last one, if you said 1/4, you are correct. Good job, guys. All right, what is the fraction of the blue part of the picture below? Oh, they've already showed us the denominator because we know the denominator is always how many parts all together. There's 4 parts. 1/4. This is called 1/4. And as you can tell, fractions always aren't in circles. Fractions can be split up into different shapes. This one is in a rectangle. And as long as those parts are equal, then you can call it a fraction. You can do fractions with that object. What is this now? So there's two ways of saying this. You can say that this is 1/2, okay, because one person's getting 2 and another person's getting 2. We can say this is 1/2, but we can also say that it's 2/4. So because there are 4 pieces and 2 have been taken or eaten or shared, so you can say this 2 ways, at 1/2 or 2/4. 2/4. What about this one? There's only one answer for this. 3/4. Oh, what about this? There's 2 answers for this. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4, that there is 4/4 because they're all taken, but you can also say that this is a whole, that the whole part is taken up. So you can call it a whole or 4/4. There we go. What is the fraction of the colored part of each picture below? Let's look at this example. All right, I'm going to give you a second to think. And when you know it, say it out loud. 4/6. Good job. You know what? I can actually hear you when you're calling out your answers. So I know that you're right. Remember, there's 2 ways to say this. You can say it's a whole or 2/2. Most people would say that this is a whole. What about this one? You're right, it's 2/3. Excellent, 7/8. And 3/4. Excellent, grade 2s. You're catching on quickly. And that, my friends, is the end of our slideshow. So this was just a little introduction on fractions, and hopefully it will help with your jump work today that you're going to be doing. And if you have any questions about fractions, you can talk to your homeroom teachers when you meet with them this afternoon for your small group session. Okay, so have a great day, grade 2s, and I will see you again.